In the first dawn of the world, before the griots had tongues, and before man's shadow fell upon the dust, the rivers were gods, and the gods were rivers. They flowed not with water, but with light, the breath of life itself. The great spirit Aduma had stretched his calabash of creation across the heavens, and from its rim dripped 7 drops of divine essence. Each drop became a river, a path between earth and sky. The 7th, the youngest and most restless, was Omu, a river of silver waters that sang louder than thunder. But Omu was vain. She saw the reflection of the moon and desired it for herself. And one night, when the moon stooped low to kiss the world, Omu rose in waves of envy and swallowed the moon whole. Darkness covered the lands, crops withered, hunters lost their way, the hearts of men forgot laughter. Aduma, angered, chained Omu to the deep earth and cursed her. You shall flow forever, but never again see the face of the moon. Only when a child of man sacrifices light for love shall the sky forgive you. 1,000 generations passed, the curse remained, and so begins our tale. The village of Aduma lay cradled in a crescent of fertile green along the Omu River. The people were fishermen, carvers, and singers, simple folk who knew the moods of the river like the wrinkles on their own palms. Every dawn, mist rose from the water like the breath of sleeping spirits. Every night, the drums spoke to the river, and the river replied with ripples of light, or sometimes silence. In this village lived Ebele, daughter of Mazi Okoro, the finest fisherman on the western bank. She was not like the other girls. Where they laughed and played, Ebele listened to the wind through the reeds, to the whisper of the river. Her eyes were dark pools that seemed to see beyond this world, and her voice was soft, but when she sang, even the herons stopped mid-flight. Some said she was a child whose shadow walks ahead of her, a saying the elders used for those touched by spirits. Her mother had died giving birth to her during the great eclipse, when the moon disappeared again for 3 nights. The villagers whispered that Omu herself had claimed the woman's soul and left her river mark upon the child. Mazi Okoro loved his daughter fiercely, though fear gnawed at him like a hidden fishbone. He forbade her to go near the river after sunset, but the river called to her always. And Ebele, like all who are born to destiny, could not unhear the call of her path. One night under a sky veiled by clouds, Ebele slipped from her father's hut and walked to the river's edge. The world was quiet, too quiet. Even the frogs held their tongues. The air smelled of rain and secrets. She knelt by the water, and her reflection wavered, then spoke. "Child of breath and bone," it murmured, "why do you seek the river that sleeps beneath the moon?" Ebele's heart leapt. "Who speaks my name in the water?" "I am the one your people have forgotten. I am Omu, she who devoured the moon. My chains burn, my heart thirsts. The sky weeps because I am cursed." Ebele trembled. "Spirit of the river, what do you want from me?" Omu's voice rippled like distant thunder. "Your blood remembers what the world has forgotten. You are born of my tide. When your mother carried you, I marked you with the sign of release. Only through you can I be forgiven and the balance of heaven restored." Ebele drew back. "Forgive you, you devoured the light of the sky." The river sighed, and in the sigh she heard sorrow older than mountains. "I was lonely, child. The moon shone upon all but never upon me. I desired beauty, and beauty became my curse. Is it not the way of mortals and gods alike?" For a long time, Ebele said nothing. The river shimmered faintly, as if waiting. Then softly she asked, "What must I do?" "On the night when the moon dies and is reborn, walk into my heart. Offer what no mortal dares to give. Only then shall the sky remember mercy." Before she could speak again, the waters stilled, and the voice was gone. Only the reeds swayed, whispering, "Ndim Miri, a CH letter 1 E CDGH letter 1 E CB KMM, a D letter 1 E5 Mara I Hamara. The waters do not wish men to know what they know." That night Ebele dreamed. She stood in a vast plain where the sky burned red like fire. 7 spirits encircled her, tall, glowing beings with eyes of starlight. They were the eternal ancestors, the firstborn of creation. One of them, robed in white feathers, spoke. Ebele, daughter of the river and the moon's sorrow, you stand at the crossing of fate. The river calls, the heavens tremble. If you answer, you will save many, but lose yourself. If you refuse, the curse of darkness shall return. Another spirit, whose face flickered like smoke, whispered, remember, child, the gods bargain with riddles, but the ancestors speak in truth. When the drum beats from both sides, the dancer must choose his step. Ebele fell to her knees. I am but one girl. How can I change the will of gods? Even a single drop can awaken the sea, they replied. When she awoke, the dawn light painted her hut golden, but her heart was heavy with prophecy. Weeks passed, and strange omens began to stir. The fish vanished from the nets. The river grew warm like fever. Children fell ill with dreams of drowning. The elders gathered in the meeting ground beneath the Iroko tree. Mazi Okoro rose, his voice firm but desperate. The river is angry. We must appease her before our crops die. Old Mother Ngozi, the oldest woman in the village, shook her gray head. Appease her? You cannot appease a god bound in chains. I told you long ago, the curse is returning. Then her eyes fell on Ebele. You child, the river watches you. There is a mark on your neck, the spiral of the moon. You must tell us what you have done. Ebele froze. I have done nothing. But the people murmured. Fear breeds suspicion faster than drought. They called her Water Child, Spirit's daughter, Omen Bearer. Mazi Okoro tried to protect her, but the whispers grew louder. Until one night, when the river overflowed its banks and swallowed 3 huts whole. The people cried, she has angered Omu, cast her out before we all perish. In the torchlight, faces twisted with dread, Ebele stood alone. Her father's hands shook as he held her. My child, he said softly, sometimes a seed must leave the soil to find where it belongs. Tears welled in her eyes. You believe them. He looked away. I believe the gods choose whom they will. And so, before dawn, Ebele left Aduma, walking barefoot along the river's path, guided only by moonlight. For 7 days and 7 nights, Ebele wandered the river's edge. She crossed reed swamps that hummed with ghostly fireflies and forests where the trees whispered her name. Once she met a hunter with no shadow, who gave her a gourd of palm wine and said, drink, child, for the road ahead has no end unless you walk it with courage. But when she reached the place where the river split into 3 arms, the air grew thick and shimmering. There at the center of the confluence stood a stone idol half buried in mud, the forgotten face of Omu. As she knelt before it, the waters rose, glowing faintly with silver light. And from the depths emerged a figure, tall, luminous, crowned with shells and moonlight. It was Omu herself. Her eyes were endless, her hair flowed like living water, her voice was both storm and lullaby. Child of man, you have come. Ebele bowed her head. I come to end your sorrow. Then you must enter my heart, but beware, what is given cannot be taken back. Omu stretched out her hand, and a whirlpool opened in the river, spiraling downward like a gate of stars. Ebele took a breath and stepped in. Beneath the river was not darkness, but a world of liquid light. Fish with wings glided through the currents. Trees of coral sang in voices like bells. Ebele walked upon a floor of glass, and everywhere faces of spirits floated, the souls of those claimed by the river. At the heart of it all stood a vast mirror, cracked and glowing. Omu's reflection flickered within it, proud once, now broken. This is my heart, the goddess said. Each crack is a century of shame. To mend it, you must give me what I lost, light. Ebele frowned, but I am no moon, I have no light to give. Omu smiled sadly. You have love, and love, child, is light. Then the mirror pulsed, showing visions, her father, sick with grief, the villagers praying for dawn that would not come, the moon hidden by thick clouds. Ebele understood, her life was the key. Ebele stepped toward the mirror. "Mother of rivers," she whispered, "if my life can return the light, then let it be so." Omu's eyes widened. "Do you know what you offer?" "I offer what no mortal dares, myself." The goddess trembled, her voice breaking like waves on stone. "Child, even gods envy such courage." Then Omu raised her hands, and the waters began to swirl, wrapping around Ebele in ribbons of silver and blue. Pain surged, not of the body, but of the soul being unmade and remade. Her heart flared with light, her skin shimmered like glass. She looked up through the churning depths, and the clouds parted. The moon, hidden for ages, rose anew, pouring its light into the river. For the first time since the beginning of the world, Omu wept with joy. The chains of her curse shattered, the waters grew clear as crystal. Ebele's form dissolved into thousands of glowing motes that rose toward the surface, merging with the moonlight. And as they vanished, a voice whispered, "Tell my father, the river is free." When dawn came, the people of Aduma awoke to find the river calm and gleaming like silver glass. Fish leapt joyfully, the sick were healed, the sky glowed with the purest blue. Mazi Okoro stumbled to the shore and saw something floating, a small gourd carved with his late wife's mark. Inside lay a single pearl of light. He held it and wept, "My daughter." The elders declared it a miracle. They built a shrine beside the river and named it Ebele's Crossing. From that day, whenever the moon was full, a soft female voice could be heard singing above the waters, a song of peace and love. The river and the sky are one again. And in time, they told her story to children who would one day tell it to theirs. The story of the girl who gave her light to free a god. The griots say that when the moon's reflection trembles on the river, it is Ebele dancing in Omu's arms. They say her spirit guards those who cross the waters in truth. And so they sing. A river may forget its source, but the sea remembers every tear. When the moon is full, remember Ebele, the light born of sacrifice. For in the end, the river did not devour the moon, it became her keeper. And so the wind remembers the names of the fallen. For nothing truly dies beneath the African sky.